पे प्रधानमंत्री बोल दे कि ट्रंप झूठों ने।
किसी भी नेता ने भारत के ऑपरेशन रोकने के लिए नहीं कहा।
A top story after a fiery showdown in Lok Sabha, the opposition and the ruling NDA leaders locked horns in upper house today over Operation Sindoor. Earlier today, the External Affairs Minister Jaishankar slammed the opposition, lashed out at opposition leader Rahul Gandhi, drawing a comparison between Congress normal and Modi normal. He alleged that the opposition wanted to save Pakistan's Punjab, not India. Also took a jab at Gandhi, referring to him as China guru for repeatedly making claims about China. He said the country is today paying the price for strategic mistakes made during the UPA's tenure. In a veiled attack, Jaishankar alleged that Rahul takes private tuition from the Chinese ambassador, explaining the sequence of the ceasefire, making it clear that no phone calls took place between President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Modi from the 22nd of April to the 16th of June. Emphasized that it was Pakistan who begged for ceasefire. And came Health Minister and leader of the government in Rajya Sabha, JP Nadda, who targeted the UPA government for being non-reactive, non-responsive to terror attacks. He's claimed that terrorists continue to fire bullets at us, is what he said, but the government was busy serving biryani to them. However, the Gandhi siblings have doubled down in the centre. Lok Sabha leader of the opposition, Rahul Gandhi, has hit out at Prime Minister Modi, saying that if Trump is lying, the Prime Minister must say so inside the House, in Parliament. He added that the Prime Minister will never call out Trump as he wants a trade deal with the US.
Please, we were told for 60 years.
आपको मौका मिलेगा, आप बोले, please.
Sir, we were told for 60 years that nothing can be done. Pandit Nehru's mistakes cannot be corrected. The Narendra Modi government shows it can be corrected. Like Article 370 was corrected, the Indus Waters Treaty is being corrected. It will be held in abeyance until Pakistan irrevocably gives up its support of terrorism. Sir, we had won. Please, we had won. We had won that blood and water cannot flow together. Today, we are demonstrating that what we say we will do, blood and water will not flow together. It's a privilege to participate in the discussion on Operation Sindoor. And like everybody else in this House, I laud the performance of our armed forces and the results that have done this country so proud. Sir, when the Pahalgam attack happened on April 22nd, it was a shocking attack for a variety of reasons. The manner in which people were killed in front of their families, the fact that the fate was asked before killing them, the intent of destroying the economy of Jammu and Kashmir, which had returned to normalcy and prosperity after the end of Article 370. All of this, it angered the country, there was grief, there was shock. Across the world, there was solidarity, there was sympathy. But the question was, what after that? And the answers were two. One, such an attack was absolutely unacceptable. It crossed our red lines. There had to be severe consequences. And two, there had to be accountability and justice. There had to be accountability of the perpetrators, and they and their supporters had to be brought to justice. Sir, मैं उनको कहना चाहता हूँ, वो कान खोल के सुन लें कि 22 अप्रैल से 16 जून तक एक भी फोन कॉल प्रेसिडेंट ट्रंप और प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी के बीच में नहीं।
दिल्ली सीरियल बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट 13 सितंबर 2008 कैनॉट प्लेस गफार मार्केट and other areas in Delhi involved Indian Mujahideen. People killed 30, injured 133, हताहत हुए। और आपने क्या किया इसके बाद? ये घटना है 2008 की, 2008 की, आपने क्या किया? हमारे पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री स्वर्गीय मनमोहन सिंह met with Asif Ali Zardari on September 2008 at Muzaffarabad, and Puch Rawalkot Road was also open to trade on October 21, 2008. ये हमसे पूछ रहे हैं पहलगाम का क्या हुआ, पहलगाम का क्या हुआ? ये तो वही हुआ कि जिसने, जो मुजरिम था वही जज बन करके हमसे पूछने बैठ गया। पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होती है, क्योंकि फौज को आदेश पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप देती है, और इसलिए देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन अ रिस्पॉन्सिबल गवर्नमेंट, अ रिस्पॉन्सिव गवर्नमेंट, a sensitive government, a proactive government, and a government which responds according to the need of the hour. और एक दूसरी गवर्नमेंट भी होती है, क्योंकि पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप का सवाल होता है उपसभापति जी, जिसे हम इनएक्टिव गवर्नमेंट कहते हैं, ल्यूकवार्म एटीट्यूड वाले गवर्नमेंट कहते हैं, नॉन रिएक्टिव नॉन रिस्पॉन्सिव गवर्नमेंट कहते हैं। और इस अंतर को समझने के लिए सिर्फ पहलगाम की एक घटना को आइसोलेशन में देखने से शायद हम देश के साथ और इस नैरेटिव के साथ हम अन्याय करेंगे। हमको इसको संपूर्णता में देखना पड़ेगा, और संपूर्णता में देखना पड़ेगा तो इसको दो फेजेस में देखना पड़ेगा। एक फेज है फ्रॉम 2004 टू 2014, one type of set of leadership, और एक फेज है फ्रॉम 2014 टू 2025। पहलगाम घटना, दुर्घटना, यह बहुत ही हृदय विदारक है, दुखदाई है, मानवता को झकझोर देने वाली है, और जितनी भी निंदा की जाए वो कम है। यह निंदनीय है, और हम सब लोग एक स्वर से उस घटना की निंदा करते हैं। हमें मालूम है कि 25 भारतीय और एक नेपाली सिटीजन उस घटना में उनकी जीवन लीला समाप्त हुई। घटना ऐसी कठोर थी जो किसी को भी बर्दाश्त और उसकी कल्पना करना भी बहुत दुर्भर हो रहा है, और इसलिए हम सब लोग जहां इस घटना का पुरजोर निंदा करते हैं, वहीं हम यह भी बताना चाहते हैं कि हमारी संवेदनशील सरकार के गृह मंत्री, घटना दोपहर की है और शाम 5 बजे वो जम्मू कश्मीर के श्रीनगर में पहुंच चुके थे, और साथ ही साथ हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जो सऊदी अरेबिया में थे, उन्होंने अपना विजिट को कट शॉर्ट करके रात को ही वहां से चल करके प्रातः वो यहाँ आकर के उन्होंने कैबिनेट कमेटी फॉर सिक्योरिटी और उसकी डिटेल्स की वर्कआउट करने के लिए 23 तारीख को बैठक की। ये सिर्फ मैं इसलिए उद्धृत कर रहा हूँ कि मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि यह सरकार संवेदनशील सेंसिटिव गवर्नमेंट है, और उसी तरीके से उसकी सारी स्ट्रैटेजी प्लानिंग, आगे किस तरीके से उसको, किस तरीके से हम एक्शन में आना है, इस सब चीज की बारीकियों की चर्चा हम कर रहे थे।
So it's obvious. I mean, Prime Minister has not said that Trump is lying. It's obvious what has happened. सबको मालूम है, बोल नहीं पा रहे। That is the reality. अगर पीएम ने बोल दिया तो फिर वो खुल के बोलेगा और वो पूरी सच्चाई रख देगा, तो इसलिए नहीं बोल पा रहे। वो कह क्यों रहा है? क्योंकि वो अपनी ट्रेड डील चाहता है, तो वहां पे दबाएगा इनको। आप देखना कैसी ट्रेड डील बनती है।
जिन शब्दों से प्रधानमंत्री जी और विदेश मंत्री जी ने कहा है, उन शब्दों को आप अगर ध्यान से सुने तो एक गोलमोल शब्द है। डायरेक्टली कहें, राहुल जी ने कल भी कहा, डायरेक्टली कहें कि अमेरिका के जो राष्ट्रपति हैं वो झूठ बोल रहे हैं, कहें सदन में।
All right, I'm going to go straight across to my colleagues tracking that big story for us for days together. The houses are discussing Operation Sindoor threadbare, and arguments have been made both from the side of the government and the opposition. Aishwarya is joining us, and Maushmi Singh also continues to be with us on that big story. I'm going to come to you first. Aishwarya, we've seen a rebuttal there from the External Affairs Minister today, who's also in fact taken a jibe at Rahul Gandhi, talking about how he's linked to China in the sense that they're speaking in one voice from China, and also talking about the fact that, that the opposition is, not looking at its own tenure when the Congress-led UPA was in power, and the kind of action that was taken, or rather not taken, when similar attacks had happened all over the country. Aishwarya.
Well, definitely, Sneha. We also saw how there were fingers that were being raised, questions that were being asked. The government said what it has been maintaining since day one, that there is no third power between India and Pakistan. What India did, the ceasefire that we are speaking about, that the world is speaking about, only happened after Pakistan literally begged India for a ceasefire. This is exactly what we saw Defense Minister Rajnath Singh speak about, Home Minister Amit Shah also speak about, and then Prime Minister Narendra Modi also spoke the same thing, that he went ahead and said that there were calls that were being made to Prime Minister Modi from the US. He did not pick up calls for 1 hour. The opposition, obviously, Sneha, is still pointing fingers and saying that this is not the reality. We will also have the Home Minister who will be speaking in Rajya Sabha today on the same, Sneha.
That's right. We are waiting for the Home Minister, in fact, to address the Rajya Sabha in just some time from now. Maushmi is also with us. Maushmi, a point that has been now raised by, in fact, the opposition is a clarity coming in from the government when the External Affairs Minister did say today there was no conversation between the 22nd of April and the middle of June between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Donald Trump, blunting the attack of the opposition that instructions were issued by Donald Trump and hence he was the one to negotiate truce. The government has categorically denied this.
So that's not the first time, Sneha. He's repeated that. He said it in the lower house and said it again in the upper house. But despite that, the opposition and Rahul Gandhi maintains that Prime Minister Modi should have come clean, saying that, he doesn't, what Trump is saying is clearly a lie, and he had never brokered a ceasefire. And if a Prime Minister has the wherewithal, he will. At least 50% of the courage that Indira Gandhi has. Rahul Gandhi said he will speak, and the opposition is still answering that, asking that question. Many in the opposition believe that the Prime Minister didn't say the T word, didn't talk about Trump, or not, and deny that fact that he has not brokered a ceasefire. He's in fact skirted on the issue, is what the opposition believes. But what is interesting is, Sneha, that the discussion in the Rajya Sabha today will culminate with a speech of the Home Minister. The Prime Minister will not be speaking in the Rajya Sabha, which I don't remember that's happened very usually. We've seen Prime Minister speak in the lower house and also in the upper house, whether it's the motion of thanksgiving on President's address or any other important pertinent issue. So that's a difference from the past.
Okay, that's a first, though, is what Maushmi is telling us. I'm going to leave it at that. Maushmi Singh, Aishwarya Paliwal getting asked those details. Now, even as the government and the opposition discuss and debate Operation Sindoor, there are more operations that are being carried out. 5 terrorists have been killed in the last 48 hours in 2 separate military operations. A day after the Pahalgam terrorists were eliminated by forces during Operation Mahadev, today the army neutralized 2 suspected Lashkar terrorists during operations in Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch. A massive political controversy has erupted over names of these operations now. The opposition has alleged that the BJP-led central government is trying to politicize military operations, questioning why the anti-terror drives are being linked to Hindu deities. Countering the opposition's charges, Union Minister Shukanta Majumdar said India is secular because of Hindus, while BJP MP condemned the charges as a bid to politicize this matter as well.
ये सरकार ने जिस तरह से हमारे सैनिक अभियान का राजनीतिकरण किया है, उनका कोर्ट मार्शल ही होना चाहिए। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर, ऑपरेशन महादेव, ऑपरेशन गंगा, ऑपरेशन यमुना, यही करते रहेंगे। ये आप घटिया सोच के लोग हो, आप सैनिक अभियान में भी धर्म लाते हो, जात लाते हो, सब कुछ लाते हो। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर कोर्ट के लिए, ऑपरेशन महादेव, वोट के लिए।
Now we are seeing all these operations, Mahadev, Shiv Shakti. Do you think there is an attempt by the BJP to Hinduize the entire thing?
We see it as Indianized. We should have India. They will call those people who were martyred in Pahalgam also with this particular religion. We don't see that thing. They are Indians. They are first Indians and Bharatiyas. We will continue to stress that thing that India, we are all Indians, brothers and sisters. We stand together as India, and we will share our pain and happiness together.
हम कुछ भी हो, कर्म क्या है, ये कुछ भी कहें, कुल मिलाकर की स्थिति है। इन्होंने अमेरिका के दबाव में, ट्रंप के दबाव में विराम किया।
नाम कैसा लगा आपको?
नाम सवाल नहीं, नाम की बात छोड़िए, कर्म की बात करिए।
आपको लगता है किससे शक्ति मिलती है? शिव शक्ति मिलती है?
जिनका विश्वास है वो जाते।
आपका विश्वास है इसमें?
नो कमेंट।
मतलब आपका विश्वास?
नो कमेंट।
हजारों सालों से यहाँ पे हिंदू रहे, संस्कृति हिंदू की तैयार की गई है, हजारों मंदिर, लाखों मंदिर हिंदुओं के तैयार के। हिंदू यहाँ पे हिंदू की ज़मीन कौन सी है बताने के लिए बोलिए। वर्ल्ड में तो कितने सारे मुस्लिम कंट्री है, क्रिश्चियन कंट्री भी है। कोई हमारा देश सेकुलर देश है, लेकिन क्यों सेकुलर है? बहुत बार अटल जी से लेकर सभी बोलते आए हैं, जब तक हिंदूज यहाँ पे है तब तक सेकुलरिज्म है। जो भारत का हिस्सा हिंदुस्तान से कट गया वो सेकुलर नहीं रहा। तो उनको जिन पे विश्वास रखे, कौन मना कर रहा है? सावन का महीना है और उग्रपंथी लोग आए थे हमारे माताओं की सिंदूर मिटाने के लिए। माताओं की सिंदूर जब मिटता है तो महादेव तो तांडव करते हैं। तो अभी तांडव की शुरुआत है, आगे समय आएगा और भी तांडव होगा।
अब ऐसे लोगों का हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते जो शिव को नहीं मानते, और शिव ही सर्वोम है। अब ऐसे लोग के लिए कोई जवाब ही नहीं आता कि अब इनको वो पगलेट कहें कि इनको कहें कि बुद्धिहीन कहें, या ऐसे लोग कहें कि मोदी जी के विरोध में ये भुला ही जा रहे हैं। बहुत सारे में ये मोदी विरोध का दर्द है और कुछ नहीं है इसमें। इनको शिव नहीं दिखेंगे, राम नहीं दिखेंगे, इनको सनातन नहीं दिखेगा। ये मोदी का भय, मोदी जी का भय, मोदी का डर, ये वो है।
I'm going to go straight across to Piyush Mishra for more details on that story. Piyush, this was but expected, the manner in which the names have been chosen by the government. The opposition says, why name them these operations after Hindu deities? The government really says, what's in a name here?
Well, absolutely, Sneha. We are now seeing as to how massive politics taking place on the Operation Mahadev name, which has been kept by the armed forces. And now we are seeing as to how the opposition political parties are also questioning this. They're questioning the government's intent on this, saying that why to do Hindu-Muslim in this also. After that, we also saw Operation Shiv Shakti term was also coined, to which also a few have raised objections. In fact, we also spoke to a Samajwadi Party MP, Ramjilal Suman, who said that people who believe in Mahadev should be commenting on this. This is, in fact, he was indicating that he doesn't even believe in Lord Mahashiv. So after that, we saw how Ravi Kishan, Sukanta Majumdar, and various other BJP leaders have questioned the intent of opposition political parties, saying that Mahadev is a name which gives power, gives you courage, and that's why the name was put, and why opposition is opposing this. And just for the sake of opposing Narendra Modi, they are also opposing the sentiments of Hindus. That's what various BJP leaders have been heard saying. So the politics taking place on this entire matter. But yes, in the Operation Mahadev, we saw as to have three terrorists who were the perpetrators of Pahalgam terror attack have been neutralized. That another operation has also been launched in other parts of Jammu and Kashmir to ensure that all perpetrators are taken to the task.
All right, Piyush, I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. Going across straight now to Mir Farid, joining us from Srinagar at this point in time. Mir, take us through the details of these operations which have now intensified after Operation Mahadev. There are a series of other operations that are being carried out in the valley. Talk to us about the same. In 48 hours, I understand that 2 other terrorists have been neutralized as well.
Yes, Neha, this was an infiltration bid that was eliminated by the army in Poonch, and 2 infiltrators were killed on the spot on the line of control. Arms and ammunition recovered, and right now, as I speak to you, still search and sanitization operation is on. So overall, yes, we'll see amp up as far as army activity is concerned, because you have inputs of around 70 to 80 non-local hardcore Lashkar and Jaish cadre who are camping in various locations of Jammu and Kashmir, especially the forest area of South Kashmir, the Kashtawar-Kokarnag axis, and all the LOC areas of Jammu. So there is a challenge. It's a clear and present danger, and the security forces are now focusing on that since Amarnath Yatra, which was post Pahalgam attack, a big security challenge. It is going on smoothly and it's reaching its fag end. So post that, the complete focus will now be on anti-terror operations, especially in the forest areas where the army is increasing its domination. New camps are being set up, and sensitive locations strategically which are being used as forest routes by Lashkar and Jaish will be taken care of, and it is a big challenge. But yes, already we're seeing operations, be it Dachigam and then in Poonch, where 2 infiltrators were killed. Infiltration, we know, is an ongoing thing. Last 35 years been happening, especially in summers, and since launch pads are active, terror camps are active, so this is not going to end, and we could see more infiltration bits in various sensitive areas of line of control. And for that, the anti-infiltration grid is ready if army is to be believed. Yes, some controversy as far as the names of these operations are concerned, the opposition targeting and calling it a politicization or criminalization of the armed forces. But so far, obviously, army has not spoken on this since Parliament is in session, and as a protocol, they won't till the Parliament is over. But yes, anti-terror operations happening in various parts of the Jammu and Kashmir, and especially on the line of control. Back to you.
All right, I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. Mir Farid getting us up to speed with those details as far as this operation is concerned, which is ongoing one. Last 48 hours, we've seen intensified activity as far as Jammu and Kashmir region is concerned. Now, in its 36th report on ISIL, Daesh, Al-Qaeda and associated individuals and entities, the United Nations Security Council Sanctions Monitoring Team has named the Resistance Front as a group that claimed responsibility for the 22nd of April terror attack in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir, in which 26 civilians were killed. The UNSC's Analytical Support and Sanctions Monitoring Team said 5 terrorists attacked a tourist spot in Pahalgam. The report notes that TRF had claimed responsibility twice and also published a photograph of the attack site. The UNSC team also cited assertions that this attack could not have happened without support from Pakistan-based Lashkar. This is a big loss of face for Pakistan and an astounding diplomatic victory for India, especially after Pakistan Minister Jaishankar had publicly defended TRF, denying allegations of its involvement following the Pahalgam incident. Let's get you details of the proof of Pakistan's link to Pahalgam. Remember, Pakistani voter ID cards have been recovered from 2 terrorists who were neutralized. Terrorists had ration like chocolates made in Pakistan, weapons ballistically linked to Pahalgam attack. Ex-Pak army commando turned Lashkar-e-Taiba commander Musa's body was also found.